So we're doing the Melbourne racing preview, and I'm joined every week as usual by Trevor Lawson. How are you, Trev?
Good, Mark.
We're going to have a look at Flemington on Saturday. It's Thursday afternoon as we speak, and the rain's just started coming down here. It's looking pretty dark outside. Any idea of how things are looking in the run-up to Flemington on Saturday?
It's pouring here now. I was very surprised. They had 20-0 yesterday. Must have been last night. We didn't have. I wouldn't have thought we had much this side of town.
So I should point out we're both the southeast, so kind of the other side of the city.
So we're basically pretty close to Caulfield. They posted as a 9, which is sort of surprising. But we've sort of had showers during the day. I couldn't see it being that bad, but I'm actually, now that there's sort of no night meetings and sort of a bit ahead of myself, I'm actually going to go and walk it myself in the morning and just see what it's like. So,
okay.
I normally just talk to someone that does it, but I sort of wanted to go and have a look at this one myself. So, just to see sort of how bad it is. Because generally they sort of, it drains pretty well. So
yeah. I'm
hoping it's sort of, genuine slow. But we'll just sort of wait and see. I think that this time of year it's a little bit different because you get sort of heavy dews in the morning. And so that's basically like them, putting a bit of rain on it. So they tend not to dry out that much sometimes. Okay. And we sort of haven't had much, sunny weather sort of from to dry out. So.
All right, we'll have a bit of a look at the quaddie leagues as usual. So the first is race 6, which is down the straight, the actually listed Hilton Nicholas Straight 6. Few familiar names here, but just looking at top sports markets. So got Milwaukee $4.40 favourite at the moment, from Haunted at $5.50, Malibu Style at $6.50, Missiano at $8.50, and Lord Von Coster at $11. How does your market look at the moment?
Sort of similar. I sort of got, sort of 5 main chances, or 6 main chances. 6 main chances. I got the favourite a little bit longer than the market. Milwaukee, he's going terrific. He goes back to 1,200, but I'm not sure if he's that great on wet tracks. He sort of got beat early in his career. He did win June last year on I call it a soft 7. But in my comments, I just noted he did take all day to get there. And then he got beaten before sort of a break in a 7. And first up, he got beat 14 lengths nearly at Caulfield sort of first up. So I sort of got him favourite, but I'm around $7 sort of, I got him $7.30, some sort of $7 to $7.50 sort of range.
So pretty wide open.
I think it's, I've got an equal favourite with Haunted. It has handled the wet sort of a while ago. The interesting runner's Great Again. It's a former Perth horse. I sort of got had some ratings from it from sort of Cam a while ago, but on my figures, it's sort of like a 60.5 horses, which is sort of quite a good quality. It's handled wet tracks before, but it is first up. It's had one run at Ballarat, but that was one of those, it was an inverted race. It sort of set up on the speed, and basically the last 3 in the run ran the first 3. They went really hard. So it was sort of a forgive run. So I'm sort of interested to see what the sort of market does with it.
Yeah, $14 at the moment with Topsport.
Yeah, Missiano. It's flying, it loves the ground, it's drawn out wide, which all might suit. And then Van Coster, it goes good down the straight. It goes good down the straight as well. Not 100%, known in the ground. But after making a short comeback to betting on straight races last week, I've gone quickly into retirement. And I think we backed 3 horses and I think only one of them beat the ambulance. So I think yeah, especially on wet tracks like this, where you just it's hard to work out where they're going to go. But I'll look at the track tomorrow and see if I can come up with something. But I did think it was a wide open race.
Okay, no worries. We'll jump straight into race 7 then, which is benchmark 84 over the 1800. Top sport, I've got Aussie Nugget, $2.90 favourite, which looks to have been backed. From Duke of Plumpton at $3.50, Arctic Shock at $7.50, Nobu at $8.50, and 3 of them at $10, Grinzinger Star, Massaf, and Supre. You got Aussie Nugget on top?
I got it favourite, got it 5-2 favourite. So basically, I got two horses under $14. I got Aussie Nugget $3.50 and Duke of Plumpton $4.20. So that's with every horse priced in the market.
Yep.
And all the 151 chances in. So they'll sort of tighten up a bit. It was super the other day. I sort of was risking it slightly on the ground because it had been slightly disappointing second up on a soft 5, but it was huge. It sort of went back to last in the Shot of Irish race, which Shot of Irish led, and then basically was 7 and 8 wide from the 500 and just kept coming. So it ran home. You can sort of see here in its last 600, 37.2. So it basically ran half a second quicker than the winner and more than half a second quicker than anything else. It ran virtually a second quicker from the last 400 than anything else, and virtually 3 lengths quicker than the last 200. So it's basically run 6 lengths quicker than anything else in the race the last 400 and 3 lengths quicker than the last 200. So I thought it was a super run. So I'm just hoping that he can handle the ground again. I think from the draw, he can sit closer. Last start, he drew 9 at 10. This time he's on at the moment, he's sort of barrier 6 and 19. So depending what happens with the scratchings, he's going to have a sort of a good draw. The other horse is Duke of Plumpton. I've got it sort of a bit longer than it. It was good first up at Echuca, and then we finished up backing it behind Shot of Irish at Sandown. It was that sort of biased track where you had to be up on the fence. It was sort of midfield and pulled out wide. So, excuse me, it's a clear danger. And then from there, I've got a big gap out to the top weight, Massaf, which is Chris Waller, former import. It ran okay first up, did get a long way back though. At Randwick, it's sort of got some hope, and the bottom one was okay the other day, but I basically just thought there was sort of 2 hopes.
It seems like a bit of a racing too.
Yeah. So it would sort of it'd be nice to be able to sort of be on them, sort of both if you could.
Yeah.
Or back as the Aussie Nugget and save on the other ones. So.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we'll have a look at race 8, which is the Apache Cat Handicap over the mile. So looking at Top Sports Market, Shot of Irish, who we were just speaking about, $3 favourite from Django Freeman at 5 and Sosi Bon also at 5, and Reykjavik at $9.50. I assume you've got Shot of Irish on top?
Yeah, I've got it favourite.
Yep.
It's just flying. There's no reason. Just go to Talia Hope, who is not the strongest rider. Sort of Theodore Newton's ridden its last 2. So I just sort of took something off because of the change of jockey, but still got a favourite. Got it slightly longer than the market at the moment. But, these markets are, 140%. My market's 90%. So, virtually got sort of 50% of my market loaded onto theirs. So I sort of like it. I haven't watched them yet. I'll get round to it tonight. But watch this jump outs, Django Friedman. It's a former German horse that Robert Hickmott's bought. It's had 2 jump outs. It's had 3 jump outs, but it's 2 this year. It's basically just taken no part. I just put it in on its time form rating. So it's got a time form rating of it was 112 last start. With the plus, they obviously thought it could go better. So I just put the time form rating in and got it $5.70, and you go to the market and it's $5. So the market's just done the same thing. It is first up for 320 days, so I probably will just sort of see what happens and possibly mark it a bit longer. Pacadali was terrific first up for the new trainer, Matty Raymond, who used to work for Lindsay Smith. This horse does go pretty good second up.
It's $11 at the moment, top sport.
Yeah, so I've sort of got it around the $8.50 mark. For barrier 2, we can sort of sit up on the speed. But, sort of second up last year, it sort of ran 4th in an okay race. It improved its rating. And then second up off sort of a 70-day spell, it ran 4th in the Mackay Diva, I think it is, at Moonee Valley, the old, and only beaten half a length in a weight for age race. So, and it does love wet tracks. So, I may want one more, but I thought it was definitely a chance. Bond's flying. It just sort of goes up to 61.5.
Yeah.
With the claim. So, it's got 63 less the 2. So it sort of goes up 3 kilos on the other day and still gets the claim. So it's got a good chance, but, I sort of got it a bit longer than the market. I think it might drift a bit. So they were the main 4 chances. And I was sort of a gap out to Mr. Marathon Man, Reykjavik. Thought it was sort of under the odds. Thought he'd probably want one more run going to this trip. And Dannon Raymond's first up and didn't have a lot of wet track form, so I thought it was sort of partly a risk as well. So Shot of Irish, definitely the one to beat.
Yeah, it sounds like you can probably exclude a few based on those sort of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of those, especially when on these sort of tracks, you can sort of get pretty definitive with things. Because, it sounds a silly statement, but you either handle it or you don't.
Yep.
And if you don't handle it, well, then, you can get beat, big margins. So.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. The last of the day is down the straight again over the 1,100 metres for the 3-year-olds. So Top Sport have got equal favourites high-low in the Astrologist at $4.80. Then Can't Be Done and Rocca Bascarana at $8. And then Absolute Flirt, El Burke and Master Montaro all at $10. So, a bit of a race in 2. What about you? Have you got... you got high-low in the Astrologist near the top, or?
I've got Astrologist. Which one's Astrologist? No, I've got Astrologist 20-1 at the moment. Ran on all right the other day, but that was a pretty low race.
Yeah, right. So really opposing that.
I thought, I've got the bottom one favourite, or equal favourite, Master Montaro.
So it's $10 with Top Sport at the moment.
Yeah, had one start, was super at Pakenham, ran the quickest 800, 600, second quickest 400, and the fifth quickest 200, and he just pulled it up at the 100. It was super impressive. It didn't beat anything, but it ran terrific sectionals. It was trained by Richard Lemming at the time, and then they've sold it, and clients of David Hayes have bought it. And my understanding is that I think they have to win a race to get its rating up so it can go to Hong Kong.
Okay.
So, but it was impressive. It was only a good 4-track, jumps the heavy track here. But basically, I've sort of just put its figure in, and I'll sort of take it from there. Highlay's got some hope. It's honest. Albuquerque, Albert sort of is it's going well. I've sort of got it equal favourite as well. I've sort of got a lot of other middle pinners and stuff like that. Mockery's got some hope. Samals is first up on the wet track. It's not a race I'm really interested in betting in at all. It's just, I think there's too many queries, especially in the track and that. But Australia's ran, the quickest 8, 6, 4 and 2 of the day. But previously hadn't done anything fantastic. See, on my figure, he's like a 55 horse. He returned 53. The market thought he'd do 55. I rate him 55 for running on, and I got him like 20 to 1. So, yeah, I might have another look at it. But I would have thought it would sort of drift out.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's, as I say, it's not a race I'm really interested in betting in. I think there's just too many queries.
All right, no worries. So overall, it sounds like we'll be waiting for you to walk the track and then getting those rated prices and seeing what happens with the market.
Yeah, I just hope there's something in the first part of the program. So, I think there's only rain tonight. I don't think there's any more rain after tonight. So hopefully it starts to dry, clear up.
No worries. All right. Well, enjoy your walk at Flemington tomorrow morning, and we'll catch up on Saturday and hopefully find a winner.
I've got the big coat out ready for it.
No worries.